In this video, we will highlight the lies and dishonesty of Fkatzoid's perspective. Many times he came over as a decent guy. It might be hard to believe, but for some even as smart. For them, this video is meant as an eye-opener. For Keith himself, it is an intervention.
With the ongoing amount of lies Fkatzoid is telling, it is time to highlight how deep his dishonesty goes. Let's start with the 11 frame saga. Many debunkers already addressed this, but the YouTuber Critical Think did it very firmly.
But now those of you who are not familiar with the history, Fkatzoid originally put out this video here, Oops, No Curve, and in it he deleted 11 frames from a sequence to try and make a point. You can see the original footage makes a few frames there, and then Fkatzoid skips to that frame. So how many frames are actually missing? So we can step back through this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 frames.
13.
Yes, 13, but we get back to that later.
And oh look, he gets all excited about an inferior mirage.
Oh, there's nothing there. That's just a mirage.
Let's take a closer look at the mirage using Fkatzoid's own video. Because the capsule was falling at a rapid speed, it seems that there is a gap between where the horizon appears to be and the capsule disappears. This is just caused by timing of frames, much like the videos where you don't see the blades of a helicopter rotating. And even if the capsule magically would have gained speed, Fkatzoid still will be stuck with 11 frames missing.
But wait! There's more!
Even though a floating balloon will not show that the Earth is rotating due to the fact that the atmosphere is rotating with the Earth, Fkatzoid still felt the urge to lie. And of course, he got caught. Slice Parkane noticed that even with the breeze visible in the video, the line of the balloon was not diverting from a pivot point. Fkatzoid tried to lie his way out of it by tying a secondary weighted string to the balloon and film it again, but there was a slight problem with the video.
I just saw something moving.
I just saw something.
I swear to God, I just saw something moving there.
It wouldn't be Fkatzoid if he didn't double down on it years later. And what is this about not being 11 frames?
Now very recently he's put out some comments which he claims now it was never 11 frames, it was actually just 3.
I forgot about this backpedaling bit where he claimed it was only 3 frames, and very recently he changed it to 4.
I removed the frames that's only in the Inferior Mirage, which is 4 frames.
Whenever the 11 frames are brought up, Fkatzoid gets very triggered, and he still claims he didn't lie.
2 things. First of all, you talk about scams. When you're a plain liar, when you lied and deceived people with red rhetoric video, when you took the frames out that video, you was even on this channel trying to argue you only took 4 frames out. When you took out, they were saying you took out 11. You say you took out 4.
I can show you the video with all the frames now. And secondly, why are you trying to?
I was talking. I was responding.
No, you are attacking my character.
I'll let you talk.
Attacking my
I was responding. I'll let you talk.
Finish his sentence.
He's attacking my
Let's give
character.
Daryl a chance to finish.
This isn't right.
We're going to give you a chance. We're going to give you a chance to respond.
You're attacking.
If you want to just let Daryl finish his, we'll give you maybe 30 seconds, and then it sounds like Fkatzoid is burning to respond.
So it's confirmed that you're a liar and a deceiver. Right? Because you took those frames out that video, and talking about attacking character, you're talking about NASA people who, some of them I know they're honest, and you're attacking my character saying I was tricked. So the second thing is, why don't you let us know tell me exactly how it was set up and what deception or compartmentalization was there specifically in my program. Let us know how that compartmentalization was set up and so forth. specifically
Ready for your
and what I was doing and who I was talking to.
We give you a full minute or so, Fkatzoid, to respond.
Okay, first of all, did you notice he attacked my personality, my character, after just saying this is what NASA unfortunately does? It's based on compartmentalization. I was just using you as a example because you went through a program that showed that. Now he's trying to attack a lie because I can show you the video now where all the frames are in the video. The difference is I'm not the one attacking someone's character here. You are. That shows you to be the one wrong. And yes, it's sad to say they are scamming people because they're making you believe you're going to a place that you can't go to.
Adjusting a lie with another lie doesn't help much, and the next lie involves something I'm quite familiar with.
Notice the angle is a right angle. Look at that vertex. This can only happen with straight right angles.
A person who identifies himself as a cat noticed it as well, and he responded.
Yes, that's right. That's Fkatzoid telling us that this 60-degree angle here is a right angle, and only things with right angles can have corners. Good job.
And of course, Fletchy had to make up another lie to encounter it.
Notice the angle is a right angle. Look at that vertex. This can only happen with straight right angles.
Sure you did.
There was also a debate between this cat person and Fkatzoid, where Fkatzoid lied about not having permission to share screen.
Okay, I'm not going to share my screen obviously, but
He simply couldn't figure out how.
how do you guys... Would I be able to screen share there? Okay, that's why I didn't screen share in the beginning because I wasn't sure I could.
Once he learned that he could share screen by clicking share screen, he shared the following demonstration. And Cats had a brilliant response.
And then you show me yourself dragging a lamp across your floor for some reason, and it didn't look like what we see here with something dropping like this. It looked like this top one here, right? What you had to do then is you had to stick a big, massive thing in the way of the sun so we couldn't see it. Right, which is not what we have here, is it, Fkatzoid? There's no huge, big bump in the middle of the sea, is there? So, yeah, if you want to take a metal block and block out a lamp and say, oh, that's how the sun sets, you do you, mate. But everybody watching that knows 100% that what you've just shown is not like this whatsoever.
Or hiding behind bins.
The next lie we are going to address is where Fkatzoid is trying to show that things go beneath eye level on a flat surface, by lying where eye level is. The crosshair of his camera that he's using is an indicator of the middle of frame, and not for eye level. This is showing nothing. We can easily take a screenshot, apply a perspective grid, and it will show that his claimed eye level is nowhere near the real eye level. Because he had to double down on it, he did it again, but this time with something else than fake double blocks.
A cheese grater?
Kids love cheese. It's like Play-Doh to them.
This time, Fletchy is using an app to show his phone is vertical and the focus indicator to show that the hole in the cheese grater is in the center of frame, and for some reason he still calls that eye level. I sped the video up because seeing Fkatzoid dragging a cheese grater over the tiles of his kitchen floor is kinda boring. Now we can do the same with the perspective grid that it shows that his level marker is not eye level. Because he still was called out for lying about it, he tripled down. First he starts with some posts of people calling out his lie. Now he lined up 4 small bottles, and in his mind he thinks that this will show somehow that his floor is level. He says the bottles are filled to the same rate for the same mixture, not completely sure, and not completely sure why this is of any importance.
gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back better than last.
With the measurement, the liquid in the 4 different bottles, he shows that he has an error margin between 1.5 and 2 mm. With the radius of error at a version of 2 mm will be about a distance of 156 meters. When he shows the measurement, the hole in the cheese grater and the lens of the camera, it can be seen that there is about 1.5 mm difference, while he claims that they are at the same height. Once again, we can overlay a perspective grid, and we can see that he's lying about eye level again.
It was wrong on so many levels.
The next topic Fkatzoid will lie about is part of my job and a hobby.
This isn't my first rodeo actually talking about celestial navigation too. You know what irritates me about these globe trolls? He just nods his head like he knows what he's talking about. Yes, I do know what I'm talking about. That's why I wouldn't be talking about it.
If that were true, it could make you rich.
$10,000. That's right, I'll pay $10,000 to a flat earther if they can use celestial navigation to obtain the location of an observer. Twice. That's all they got to do.
But of course, there are rules you have to apply to.
If this cryptographic hash does not match the hash of the downloaded rules, you know I changed it and something's wrong. Now I'm stuck. I can't change the rules. The rules specify very clear acceptance criteria. They need to get within 25 miles of the observer. Now, a qualified and skilled celestial navigator can get in within 1 mile, maybe 5. 25 miles is a lot of leeway. And then judging. I am not the sole judge. I'm the primary judge. And if they disagree with my assessment, then an independent panel of judges will be assembled. It's out of my hands. Brainy Beaver who holds the money in escrow, has been instructed to follow the rules of any challenge that I do. Not my wishes, follow the rules. He has a contract. The judges will instruct him what to do. It's all out of my hands. All that the flat earthers need to do is make their claim happen. They said the proof is in the pudding, and the proof is when you can get there, right? When the celestial navigation actually works. Using, as he said, flat earth geometry. That's all they can use. You can't use the globe. You can't use the sphere. You got to use flat earth geometry.
For the complete set of rules, you have to go to mctune.net. But for now, flat earthers do not like to look at the rules, and Fkatzoid is no exception. He just sent something in and invited MCTune on his live show, and this is what happened.
Hello and welcome everybody to a great awesome stream. Guess what? I got my microphone ported up. I actually had to strip my phone last night just to get the audio right. So I hope it's working.
Good job, dickhead.
And Mcdude, thanks for joining. I'm glad you could make it. I'm glad you actually figured out there was a schedule because, yeah, last night he asked me what time it is. I said there's a schedule and he said it's not a trick question. At least he had the knowledge enough to check there's a schedule. Okay, good to see you, dude. I conceded that Fkatzoid perspective used the globe to get the location. Yes, in other words, you just conceded your globe uses flat earth trigonometry. Thank you. I'm going to explain everything in just a few minutes.
Fkatzoid is so convinced about himself that if a person telling him directly in his face that he's wrong, he thinks the person is conceding that he's right.
Okay, let's see. I'm back. Okay, hopefully it sorted the issue out. I just refreshed.
It cleaned the audio a little bit.
I think let's get this party on the roll. Are you still here, Mctoon? I hope so. Okay, I'm going to go to the first little video I prepared for us. Okay. Mctoon, I hope you're going to pay attention because you just blew your own globe away.
It's not a belief if it works in reality, which it does. Does this require horizontal for these angle measurements? Where do I manage to get two locations you asked me to get without using a globe, hey? Weird how I use triangles. You never got the position to the measurements I provided. Neither did you show the process without using the globe. The process required the globe. So while I was searching through the threads to find where McToon gave these comments, I seem to not find the thread anymore, so it looks like he has removed them. Luckily, I did have screenshots of them and actually did post them. This is a 2-month-old post where he actually had to concede that I was correct in finding the locations. His excuse, however, was to tell me I used globe geometry to do so. So in other words, he is conceding two things. Either the globe uses trigonometry, which is flat earth based, and which is triangulation, which he claims doesn't happen, or he has to concede that I got it right using flat earth geometry. Which one is it, McToon? It's a false dichotomy.
Why?
Well, it's very simple. A false dichotomy is a logical fallacy that presents a situation as having only two options, usually extreme opposites, when in reality there are more possibilities. Oh, and while you're working out how to answer this, please also provide me why you deleted the thread, because you've been so confident that the globe is the only way to work with a sextant. This shows you alone how wrong you really are. Oh, and do subscribe, people.
If a person deletes your post, they will still appear on your site. Here's an example of a person who deleted my posts to claim I never responded.
McToon, what globe? What is so hard to understand? I got the locations correctly using triangulation. I used trig on a flat earth. You are now claiming if I use it on a globe, then you're conceding that the globe doesn't use any globe to derive positions. It's flat. So what is it, McToon? Did I or did I not get the locations right? You used the globe. Thanks for confirming the globe. So then you just conceded that your globe navigation requires triangulation on a flat earth to get your globe position. Great, so no globe. I conceded that you used the globe, and I conceded that you did not use triangulation. Hope you can pop by tomorrow morning on my live stream. You had two options. Option 1, concede that I had gotten the locations correct using triangulation on a flat earth, which is very apparent. Or option 2, concede that I had gotten the locations correct using the triangulation that requires a flat baseline on your globe model. Of course, this means your globe is redundant because it means the baseline is horizontal. It's a false dichotomy.
Why?
Well, it's very simple. A false dichotomy is a logical fallacy that presents a situation as having only two options, usually extreme opposites, when in reality there are more possibilities. You chose option 2. Thank you, McToon. This means no globe navigation. It's all flat.
There's also the option where you did not use the details of the celestial bodies given in a challenge and/or use the fixed values that are derived from a spherical model with a circumference of 21,600 nautical miles.
Everybody that's just joined again, well, we're busy showing how you triangulate your position using a flat earth. And thanks to McToon, he actually, with his argument, just conceded that because I did get my location correct using a triangle, we triangulated using flat trigonometry, so-called. So the globe requires flat trigonometry, everybody. From now on, we can tell all the globe people, your globe requires flat.
And yet, he's still unable to let Toon in or actually show what he's done.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on to how I did the triangle, McToon, because this seems to be very, very difficult for you to understand. Okay, a divergent triangle is defined as a plane figure with 3 straight sides. And these angles, you don't have that on a sphere. Exactly. Because it needs, an angle requires 2 straight lines, remember? Yeah. Okay, let's get to it. You use the globe. Yes, thank you, McToon. I use the globe with flat triangles. And what does that mean for you if I use that on your globe? That means your globe is flat. Are you getting it now? You just conceded that we use trigonometry, flat triangles, on your globe. So your globe is not spherical. It's flat. Ah! Okay.
This behavior reminds me of a certain character. Let us see what the source has to say about this.
Hello, I'm MC Toon, and this is a strange one. It's middle of the night here. It's it's almost midnight. Fkatzoid invited me to join him live in his live stream, and he's live right now. He didn't actually let me in. So I'll let a little bit of time here go, fill a little bit of time. He's currently live, and I'm going to cover him a little bit. I'll bring him up. I have all right. Here we go. There he is right now. Here's his live
That's the
chat.
logic you get from these guys.
And
yeah.
So let's get there's his vocal there a little bit. You can hear him talking. So what he did is he sent me a message asking me to come join him live. And here's his live. And he then refused to actually send me the link to join him.
Who invited him here?
So, how does that happen? He's definitely scared to face me. So, I thought I would cover a little bit of what he's talking about. I have it going through my head. I might have to just turn down his audio.
Much better.
Just let it go there. So here's what happened. Fkatzoid thinks that that he did some triangulation. What he did is he took a latitude in the southern hemisphere, 55 degrees latitude south, and then for some reason he subtracted 10 degrees because of the time of year. He never explained why he did that. Then he's like, that's where I am, I guess. It's a little bit goofy on why he did that, but he's like, well, now I know my latitude, because he measured the angle to a star or something. Okay, you know a latitude. That didn't give you much. That didn't get your position, right? And in the southern hemisphere, to get your latitude, you would need to go to the center of rotation of the south celestial pole, or you'd have to look at a specific star and do a little bit of math based on that. He didn't actually show any of this stuff. He just put some numbers in there. None of them were actually concrete numbers. It sort of works, but it's all based on the globe, of course, because on the globe, I'm gonna have to draw a picture of this, but when you're on a globe, as you move a certain distance, the angular elevation of a star changes linearly. But if you were on a flat surface, the angular elevation of the star would be an asymptotic change, not a linear change. So, but I'll go to this first here. So yeah, this other clown. So this other clown is Fkatzoid. So here's what he did. He did this triangulation, and here's his triangle, and he put in at 2,000 kilometers for the base. Now he never actually works any concrete examples. But if you have 2,000 kilometers for the base and it's a 55-degree angle, then that means that the star is at 2,856 kilometer in elevation, which is a problem for flat Earth, because wherever you are, every single time that you measure the elevation of a star or the sun or the moon, presuming a flat surface, you get a different elevation for that same thing, and that's their problem. He thinks that he did triangulation, but he didn't, because the triangles don't work. They never work. So you can't do triangulation for flat Earth because it never works.
Ruif went on Fkatzoid livestream to make him use real measurements, and with the help of Ruif and Bacon, the lie that it would or would not work was revealed. Let's see for ourselves. I tried to clean the audio a little bit. My audio is not the best, but his is really, really terrible.
Hey, we got Ruif in. How's it going?
Lovely.
That's good. Maybe I can put you a bit louder.
So you're looking at Prototype's video.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, like, you've been asked probably 1,000 times by various people to show a worked example of celestial navigation working on flat Earth. Why won't you do it?
I just showed you on Paint like 2 minutes ago.
No,
you get the angle.
Position fix.
That is a worked position fix. I gave you a distance.
Did you take angles and end up with a position?
If we measure 45 degrees and it gives me a distance to the GP of 2,700 nautical miles, that is one fix, correct?
No. What are the latitude and longitude coordinates of that fix? Where are you?
What do you mean?
So the self-claiming expert, more expert than the people actually using Solana for that job, is thinking that the distance calculated from an angle without actually knowing where the conversion comes from is already a position fix. Thanks for unmasking the live, let's see.
Angles into a position.
Yes, if you got the nautical almanac, because it gives you the GP.
Right. Yep.
So
you got the GPs and then what?
You're missing the point now. You got the GP, and because you got the GP, which gives your position to the ground position, because you know if you're 3,000 nautical miles away from, let's say, Shredder,
right.
you know you have a circle of equal altitude from that position.
It is funny to see how Fkatzoid is digging his own grave here.
Okay, can you draw one of those circles?
On what?
On a map? Like...
Yes, because it's a circle.
And he simply keeps on digging.
Okay, let's do it.
Which map you want me to use?
Whatever map you think works on a flat Earth.
All maps work on a flat Earth. Must I use a Mercator map?
And use a Mercator. Draw a circle on a Mercator map.
6.5 hours later.
How are we going to do this? Do you have a Mercator map I can use?
Sure. Whatever map you think works.
Doesn't matter. Gleason, doesn't matter because it's just a coordinate system.
Did he just claim that circles of equal altitude work on every map due to a coordinate system? We have to remember that one.
Distraction!
Did I get that measurement from a curved surface or a flat surface?
It's from a curved surface because it only works on a curved surface.
No.
And you want to draw this circle on a map.
Listen.
Because
Can you
just
stop
giving
straw manning?
explanations
Stop
rather than
straw manning.
demonstrations.
Stop straw manning. I'm trying to, if you would shut up and listen. The horizontal, 90 degrees is a horizontal. Is it not?
I don't care about your explanation.
Is a 90 degree a horizontal or a curve?
I don't care about your explanations or any
Ruth,
questions to
stop
me.
being dishonest.
Draw your circle
Stop
of equal
being
altitude. Just assume that I agree with everything you're saying, right? Just assume it.
Stop being dishonest.
It is. Right.
A 90 degree. I'm going to mute you, Ruth. You don't want me to actually demonstrate it, do you? Because I'm trying to get to the point, but you don't want to understand the foundation of getting to that point.
Thousands of tears later.
Okay, so now when you take a map, it's a coordinate system. We got 50 degrees on a map. You're drawing a 3,000 nautical mile circle around that 50 degrees on a coordinate system. Now when you get to your next fix, you do the same thing until you get your fix. Simple as that. There's your demonstration.
Okay, do it. Draw a 3,000 nautical mile circle on a map. Do it.
Okay. Don't know why you have to do that, but simple.
Because you want to find where you are, Fkatzoid.
Okay, would you please give me...
find out where you are.
Oh, good. Finally, we're getting somewhere. So, what happens next?
Would you please give me a map I can draw it on? Doesn't matter which map it is.
I will give you the globe, right?
No, a map. I want a
and I'll say
two-dimensional map. I want a two-dimensional map, please. Not a globe.
Then whatever map you think works on flat Earth, I don't care what it is. Whatever map you think works, draw a circle on that map.
Any one of them works.
And he said it again. According to Fkatzoid, circles of equal altitude work on every map. Well, let's see.
Okay.
Any map.
Mercator, fine. AE. You do AE. It's fine.
Okay, let's do AE then.
Of course, there's room to throw in an extra lie.
The fact that you're searching for a map means that you have never done this, correct?
Not on this computer, correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So you're saying you have drawn circles of equal altitude before?
Yes, because circles are two-dimensional shapes on a two-dimensional thing. Okay.
They spent some time looking for a usable map, but just skip that part to where Beacon comes to the rescue.
So you can see that now.
Ah, that's better.
Very cool.
Bacon, that's awesome.
All right. So, what's the GP again? Let me know the GP.
The first one, I think it was, Shredder was 56 degrees, 39.7 north.
7 north, yep.
And then 7 seconds. Then it was, 7 degrees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, north 7 degrees, 37.5 west.
37.5 degrees west.
No, 7 degrees,
37
west.
degrees.
Yeah.
0.5 west, is that right?
37.
And what was the angle?
37.5. The angle is 50 degrees and 27 minutes, 0.4 seconds. Yeah.
One.
So there's one circle.
Yeah. Okay. The next one is 16 degrees.
This is the GP for the next star.
Yeah. 16.22. 1622.8. 16 degrees, 22.8 south.
22.8 south.
Yeah.
55, 53.5
West.
West.
Co-altitude is 65.
57.6.
Yeah.
minutes.
And the distance
All right.
is 3,957 nautical miles.
Yeah, cool.
2.
On 3.
Okay. Next one.
I'll wait until it comes up on the screen.
I'm looking for it.
in YouTube.
Oh, there we go. 8 degrees. 8 degrees, 55.8 north.
Yep. 80, 27.9 west.
Yep.
34, 29.3. Boom.
2069.
All right, how do we zoom in, Bacon?
3.
But you have the coordinates right there in the other box.
Oh, okay. All right. So where is that? Is that like the center of the intersection? You draw a circle in the middle.
Let's compare that with both at his position.
There we go. 42. He ended up at 42 degrees 30 north and 87.30 west.
We're going to get the final results any minute.
So Fkatzoid, doing it on an A map,
Yeah.
right? The circles don't intersect.
Where don't they
Right?
intersect?
They don't intersect at a single point.
Okay, go show us.
It's showing it on screen now.
No.
The distance from
I'm
the
showing-
fix, your fix, to the actual fix is 544 kilometers away.
Wow, and that how makes it that you're wrong?
If your fix is 544 kilometers away, do you think that's a good fix?
Not bad.
Bad, right?
No.
Oh, that's bad. That is really bad. Oh my god.
Remember, you're using an AE map, which has distortions on it, and we both agree it has distortions.
Wait, didn't Fkatzoid say it worked on every map?
I want a two-dimensional map, please, not a globe.
Then whatever map you think works on flat Earth, I don't care what it is. Whatever map you think works,
Any one
draw
of
a
them.
circle on that map.
Any one of them works.
You did! You did! You did!
MC June found a way to talk to Fkatzoid. How do you ask? I let you find out for yourself.
It is the debate tonight with McToon on celestial navigation. Yeah, tonight's debate is based because McToon is a Patreon supporter, obviously, and it's one of his perks of his Patreon. So, guys, if you want to become a patron, you want to debate me, hit that Patreon and support the channel.
That's right. Fkatzoid has a Patreon tier where you have the right to debate him every month.
This is for those watching on my channel and on your channel too, Fkatzoid. This is my monthly one-on-one because I'm a patron at the what level? Wolf something level?
Yeah, Wolf.
All right, now
Thank you, Wolfpack.
So that makes me one of Wolfie's 60/20s people then, right? Is that what you're...
No, we flat earthers. I got 6 Patreons. You one of them, so that's awesome.
Hey, how many people are in your chat right now? Watching right now?
60, I think.
Shame on you. All 42 that are not. So, all right. Well, celestial navigation is the topic.
Let us just skip the usual misunderstandings about the topic from Fkatzoid and go straight to the funny lies during this debate.
All right, so back to your citation. It says another source of error is the refraction effect in the atmosphere. The atmosphere of the Earth bends the light coming from the sun. The sun might be below the horizon, but the atmosphere will bend the sunlight so that you still see it. Just like the dip, this makes the altitude seem larger than it actually is. The amount of bending depends on the atmospheric pressure, the temperature, and your altitude. A good approximation for this error is, and then it gives us formula there. And it gives us, you know, P is the pressure.
Triangle. Ooh, the triangle is
Where?
called the delta and the minutes of arc.
Hey, Triangle, I don't need you. Get me your superior.
What? What triangle?
Joseph?
Triangle.
It says there, the triangle on screen.
Uh-huh.
So it's using a triangle.
No, it's called, it's delta. It's the Greek letter delta.
You'll never shut down the delta cubes.
Yeah. and
It's giving, for people that don't understand the Greek letter delta, like apparently you
no,
don't.
I know what delta.
It's just saying delta. It's saying this little triangle here is the Greek letter delta.
Yes, it does. But what is delta in the specific reason?
The difference in angle because of the refraction.
So straight lines then.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Claiming to
Oh my gosh.
The difference in angle is straight lines.
How is
it not?
this so hard? Oh my gosh. No, the difference in angle is an angle. It's still an angle.
When I mentioned Fkatzoid misunderstanding in a conversation I had with someone, Fkatzoid got really mad, doubled down on it, argued it was still using triangles, said we were misrepresenting him, called me a liar for literally repeating his words, and kicked me off his server. Back then, Fkatzoid did not know the difference between banning and kicking, so I could easily join again in a link he has on his YouTube channel.
So at that line, you take at a elevation, a radius that's less than the radius of the sphere, and you have a plane intersect that line, orthogonal at that point. And then where that plane intersects the sphere is where you're going to have your circle of equal altitude. And of course, the altitude is it's a little bit of a misnomer. It's not an altitude in linear units. It's an angular elevation, angular altitude.
So plane. If it's on the same plane, then
Yeah, the plane is where the plane intersects the globe.
So the plane, circumference of the circle equal altitude where you're standing, the GP of the star is on the same plane.
No, the GP is not on the same plane. The GP is on a different plane.
You just said it is. You just said it's on the same plane.
No, I didn't. I said all the entire circle at where the circle intersects the globe is on the same plane, but the GP is in the center of that, and it is not on the same plane.
It sounds like that even Fkatzoid's hearing is lying.
It is on the same plane.
But no, scroll back, go back to your diagram. Right there. There you see the GP is at a different location than where that circle intersects.
I don't know why I have to do this.
It is a little more complex geometry, probably high school level.
Yeah, this is very simple stuff, mate. Circle of equal altitude. There we go.
Okay, you have a simplified diagram. Okay, go to the one. Go to left and down. Left and down from the one you selected.
Maybe better.
No,
Okay.
left and down. Hold on, left.
I think I like this one,
right,
so you can read what's on screen, maybe. Assuming you position circle of equal altitude, intercept. Yeah, the interceptor method. Okay, let's go to where it shows site reduction. There we go. The analogy of observing a flagpole is often used to describe the circle of equal altitude principle. An observer who sees the flagpole at a certain altitude will be on the circle with an equal distance around the pole.
Yes.
If another observer sees the top of the flagpole at a high altitude, then he is on a circle that is closer to the flagpole.
Yeah.
Another observer sees the top left of the pole, lower altitude circle.
Yeah.
Must be further from the pole.
Okay.
You get it? On the same plane.
Yeah, that circle is on a plane, but on a curved surface like the Earth, that's a different. The point that is the GP is not coplanar.
Sorry.
All right, go to the next slide here.
Literally
All right,
seeing.
hey, jump to the next slide.
Let me first finish.
Hey, jump to the next slide. Go ahead. We're getting bogged down in super chats here, but just jump to the next slide. There you go. There's a good diagram.
Homoto, yeah.
Excellent diagram
Homoto,
there.
yeah. And you can do homoto showing flat. So because they draw it over a curve, so therefore curved, you say. But let's go back to what the triangle
Oh,
show
you
on the
didn't,
circle.
you didn't like that, huh?
No.
At least Fkatzoid admits that he didn't like that the first rule of Flurf was in effect here.
So what is line of sight then? Because this is sight reduction.
Yeah, it's not line of sight.
Yes, it is. It's called sight reduction.
Just because it's sight reduction doesn't mean it's line of sight. It's not line of sight reduction. It's sight reduction.
If we're going to take the name of your profession as literally as you do with the names related to my job, it would mean that you paint sprays. Care to tell me how you paint sprays?
But Fkatzoid, what you said, you claimed early on in our conversation here that celestial navigation using only flat Earth is possible.
It is.
And you have not
It is
ever
on it.
shown it happen. Why
Again,
haven't you? Why haven't you done it?
It is flat Earth. You haven't said.
Why haven't you done it?
You conceded you needed two straight lines to have an angle. You conceded we needed triangles.
I did not concede triangles. Nowhere in celestial navigation are
wait,
triangles used. Nowhere in celestial navigation do we use triangles. You did not show any application of triangles in celestial navigation.
While I brought it up on screen with many...
No, you didn't. You didn't. You just said, oh, look, they're talking about triangles. You didn't say, here is the process that uses triangles in celestial navigation. You never did that, Fkatzoid.
Oh, he already doubled down here on his delta misunderstanding. That means that in his Discord file out, he tripled down. He can't admit that he's wrong, can he?
90 minus whatever we measured.
Okay.
Let's say we measured 30. Okay. It's going to give us 60. 60 times 60 gives us our distance in nautical miles.
But you never
give us,
but you used the radius. Sorry, you used the circumference of the globe in that though, Fkatzoid. That's the problem. 21,600.
Show me where I use circumference.
That 60 nautical miles is a portion of 21,600, which is the circumference, the measured circumference of the globe. Fkatzoid.
No.
You use the globe in that.
So what should we use as conversion from degrees to nautical miles?
How about 60?
What did you just say?
60.
60? Like 60?
But why?
I don't know, and I don't know.
Sounds like a legit flat earth explanation.
Good.
You already conceded that these are degree angle measurements.
Yeah, angles. That's no concession that they're angle measurements. It's not a problem.
Oh, so if it says 20 degrees, that's not an angular measurement.
No, it is an angular measurement. My goodness, why are you going off on this weird thing?
Great. So the sextant, aka 60 degree, is a segment of a circle. We're measuring the celestial sphere, correct?
No, we're not measuring the celestial sphere.
Yes, we are.
Incorrect.
The sextant was implemented around 1731, while the predecessor, like the Jacobstaff, is from 1342. The marine quadrant is from 1461, the Davis quadrant is from 1604, and the octant is a little bit before the sextant from 1730. These predecessors all had the same problem. Their maximum angle was 90 degrees, and the angle between the vertical and the horizon is always more than 90 degrees. The sextant was the solution, and went at least to 120 degrees. My personal C-Plus Navistar Pro goes from -5 degrees till 125 degrees. The 16 nautical mile per degrees was used way before the sextant was developed. Let's see what is next.
But he has agreed to talk about the magnitude of the downward acceleration very specifically. So, I mean, is he gonna stick to that or what? But anyway, I'm gonna connect to him and we'll see how he is. So just a second here.
A few inches later.
Show me, explain to me, what is gravity? Don't explain the acceleration. We all know there's an acceleration. I want to know what gravity is that causes This
I got it.
acceleration.
Well, that's a whole different topic. We agreed to a different topic
No,
than what
this
you're
is-
asking. You are trying
is
to
the topic.
deflect to a different topic. I got it
This is the
because it's a
topic.
problem for you. But I'm going to finish my presentation and then it will be your turn. Okay.
It is no surprise to anyone that Fkatzoid did not have a presentation, and it's not the first time he lied about the agreements made on forehand. Like here.
I'm sorry, Rachel's just wasting people's time. I wanted to be cordial and nice, but you can't be cordial and nice to a person that literally is dishonest, lying about a person, misrepresenting the arguments, doesn't understand what literally the argument is, and then trying to be deceptive and say, oh, you're the coward. No. You literally been here all night waiting for you to come on. So, yeah. So when you are able to come on, not drunk, by the way, we will be waiting to hear. But anyway, for now, I'm going to bed.
A few moments later.
20 minutes, sir.
Yeah, okay, you say I'm running scared. Why don't you bring up that conversation on the comments on my atmospheric pressure video that you left a comment on and actually, show what it says, where it says that actually, I'm not sure exactly on the time that I can make it, but is it, I said, I'm not sure the time that you originally do. Is it 9 p.m. my time and 10 p.m. your time? But then you try to say, yes, 10 p.m. is fine. Would that be 10 p.m. your time or 10 p.m. my time for a start? And I didn't agree to that time like you try and suggest that I did. I was just saying
really?
basically, yeah, really. So bring it up.
So you on for tonight, Richie?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you on for tonight, Richie? Yes.
Yeah.
Just unsure about the time.
Just unsure about the time. Yeah.
Don't know if I will be able to make your regular time.
Yeah.
I think it's 9 p.m. You start my time. 10 p.m. your time?
Yeah.
What do I say? Yeah, that's fine. 10 p.m. is perfect. See you then.
Okay, reread mine again. What did I say?
Yes.
Yes,
Just
I'm
unsure
unsure about the time. So if I'm speaking to you, I'm unsure about the time. I don't know if I will be able to make your regular time. I think
my regular time?
That's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking you. So the next sentence is me asking you. The next sentence is me asking you a question. I think it's like 9 p.m. my time, which is 10 p.m. your time. Question mark? Yeah, keep over talking me because you know I'm right and you can't even understand English.
That made it really clear that Fkatzoid was actually describing himself in the beginning, and that he tried to lie about the agreement.
The title of this discussion is Antarctica Predictions. And so I'm still waiting for you to make a prediction as to what the sun will do, considering you believe we live on a flat Earth.
Again, the predictions is from your side, not my side. I don't have the burden to make a prediction, and no, it's about the final experiment. And I'm showing you how it's a false dichotomy and nothing but insecure ballers needing to supply evidence for their belief system.
Again, Fkatzoid is lying about the agreement and tries to weasel out of it. At least Fkatzoid is claiming to treat everybody fair. Or is he lying about that as well?
Because I'm a member of your Patreon. So there is the membership benefits at the $9 level. Here you get to be a moderator on Discord and YouTube. You get access to one-on-one discussions. That's today. And allowed to give input on future projects. Now, I have not taken advantage yet of the input on future projects, but I think you made a mistake when you were trying to give me moderator access, and instead you muted me on accident.
Here's a response from a super chat of mine about him banning me for reasons unknown.
Notice that mods will do something if you actually cross the line. They first warn and then they ban. So don't play victim if you cross the line. But it's good to have everybody here. So tonight we're going to do a purge. Ooh.
Purge. Interesting term.
I hope you guys are ready for a banning marathon.
I've been ready since Purge 1.
That is correct. Fkatzoid had 2 streams fully dedicated to just ban people they call trolls. When people tell Fkatzoid he's wrong,
They're trolls.
when a person knows the subject better, he is a troll. When you have a different opinion, you're a
Troll? Wat menar du?
all not flat earthers are
Trolls.
persons who point out his lies are Trolls. Basically, everybody that does not think like him are all
Trolls, little trolls, 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 trolls!
and he lies about the reasons for banning people and plays the victim.
Okay, would you not block someone who comes and literally just posts negative comments about you and swearing and going crazy because they triggered ape shit because they're taking away the globe away?
Never.
Well, I've got people literally obsessed with me that they literally try and get information about me. It's crazy that they even bring my wife and children into it. This is how crazy they are. That's why I block them.
This bringing up his children is a lie about the discussion over on his Discord. Peter Markley teased somebody a bit for acting childish, and the person directly tried to get Peter banned. He tagged Fkatzoid to say Peter brought up his kids, which he didn't do. Still, Fkatzoid didn't read back the comments and gave Peter a warning. This was not enough according to Two Wheels, and he started to threaten a bunch of us. We warned Two Wheels 77 that he was breaking about all the rules of the Fkatzoid server. He quickly deleted all the threads. This caused the people that warned Two Wheels were getting banned, and Two Wheels is still a member of the Fkatzoid server. I wonder if Fkatzoid believes his own lies.
When I've set my gyro on the runway to keep a horizontal so you know your horizon line, your reference, it never changes, Bob.
It
So
does
no
change
curve then,
because
Bob.
it works off the vector of gravity as well and the pendulous vanes. That's how a attitude indicator works. Now, how does a gyro compass work? Tell me how a gyro compass works and why it doesn't demonstrate the rotation of the Earth.
Because it's set to magnetic north.
I rest my case. Thank you.
What?
That is a hoot. You still don't know how gyro compasses work in flat Earth.
Okay, keep telling yourself that while I literally show you contradicting yourself over and over.
Well, that answered that one. Speaking of contradictions, let's see how honest Fkatzoid is.
All right, we've got Flatzoid. Are you willing to publicly admit you were wrong about flat Earth if we see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica this December?
Yeah.
Okay, Fkatzoid is honest enough to change his mind based on the results of TFE.
Does this TFE debunk a flat Earth or a globe? No, it does not disprove or prove a flat Earth in the least. The only one it can invalidate is a globe because the invalidation is based on a claim made by the
They
globe.
changed 180 degrees in a short period. On other things, FTFE got Fkatzoid to debate him as well.
Today, we are going to have a debate with Flatzoid. And I want to be transparent with everybody. I paid him for this in the sense that I joined his Patreon so that I could get him, to debate me because otherwise he just didn't want to.
That is correct. Craig used the same trick as MC Kuhn did, and it did cost a tsunami of lies.
Title in the Royal Navy again?
Nuclear engineer, but doesn't mean that I didn't fire guns.
It doesn't exist in the British naval job.
They have a scale of what a nuclear engineer salary is in the Royal Navy, but the job does not exist. Sure, Fkatzoid.
Marine engineering artificer, nuclear, electrical, mechanical. That was my title within the Royal Navy. I never said I was a nuclear physicist.
Oh, yes, you have many times.
No, I've never said I was a nuclear physicist. I'm a nuclear engineer.
Searching the internet of the times that Craig McNeil, or FTFE, was mentioned to be a nuclear physicist, besides this time, gave me only one result. And it wasn't Craig who said it. Guess who did?
Yeah, because the nuclear physicist doesn't know how gas behavior works.
It was you. It was all you. Literally.
Ah, so guys, I was correct. When being a submarine engineer officer, that's what I said he is, means...
No, I wasn't an officer. I never said I was an officer.
But we called them artificers.
This clip, and let me make sure I am sharing the right screen to you so that you can get it. Window, here we go. So you see this here where I'm playing. This is what you said, all right?
So FTFE. Well, everybody here on the panel, quickly. Even you, Luca.
He's gone.
This 45 degree that you at the sun, is he gone?
Right. This 45 degree, right? So that's what you said. This 45 degree.
He's gone.
This 45 degree that you at the sun, is he gone? Okay.
Yeah, he's gone.
Would that be a hypotenuse of a right angle triangle?
Absolutely.
The 45, yeah.
45, yeah.
What? So you just said the 45, which is the degree, is the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle. It's not. Under no context is the 45 degrees the hypotenuse?
The hypotenuse is a specific line of a right-angled triangle. My guess is that Fkatzoid is lying about it to be able to say that Selnaf is using triangles.
Can you see that, Craig? I'll quickly unmute you so you can answer us.
You're talking
Can
about
you see what I'm showing you?
the line, not about the angle.
Yes, I can see what you're showing me. It doesn't change the fact that you said the 45 degrees is the hypotenuse.
Wait. Okay. Now we got the hypotenuse there.
No, that's not hypotenuse. There's no triangle. That's not hypotenuse. There's no triangle.
There's your hypotenuse triangle. Okay. So
Okay, now that is a triangle, yeah, but before it wasn't a triangle. It was just two lines.
Okay, great. Okay, Craig. So, is this a hypotenuse?
Yes, that is the hypotenuse. Congratulations, Fkatzoid. You got it right this time.
Okay, and Craig, when a person looks out to the star, is he looking along the hypotenuse?
No, there's no triangles in celestial navigation.
Thank you. Next.
Is the hypotenuse an opening of the vertex?
No.
From the
hypotenuse is a line.
Next.
Is the hypotenuse representing the elevation angle here?
No, the hypotenuse is a line.
Next. Do we use this in celestial navigation?
Yeah, you notice there's no triangles there.
That's a triangle.
Really? That's a triangle?
Do you know what a piece is?
Could you tell me where the opposite
Do you know
is
what
there?
This is Craig
Yeah.
showing that he knows sweet bugger all, as usual. He said there is no triangles in celestial navigation.
No, there's not. You don't have triangles in celestial navigation. You have two lines.
What a PZX triangle is.
There's no
So
triangles in
one more time,
celestial navigation. As simple as that.
Okay, everybody.
But anyway, back to your triangle, and you're back to you trying to explain how the angle is a hypotenuse.
The navigational triangle, or PZX triangle, is a spherical triangle using astronavigational to determine the observer's position.
Yeah, there's no right angle triangles. There is no right angle triangles in celestial navigation. Okay? Let me clarify. There is no right angle triangles in celestial navigation.
Spherical trigonometry.
I must have missed that class.
Right, so how is there, yes or no, right angle triangles in celestial navigation?
Easy. Elevation angle. It's called elevation angle.
Is there right angle triangles in celestial navigation? Yes or no?
Yes.
Computer says no.
Well, everybody here on the literally misrepresenting what I'm saying, Luca.
I'm not misrepresenting. I am like, here's the words that you said.
Am I saying it is an angle? Would that be a hypotenuse of a right angle?
Right,
Craig?
Fkatzoid, just listen again to the thing that you said.
He's gone.
I want to go into a very 45 degree that you
Right, Fkatzoid, just stop and listen for 1 sec.
The sun. Is he gone? No, you stop and listen for 1 sec. Would that be a hypotenuse of a right, man?
Right, I'm trying. Right, dude, you're talking over the thing that I'm trying to play. I am just trying to play your words, right? So just listen to your words and speak to me for a sec.
Not listening. Not listening.
He kicked me out.
No surprise there. According to Fkatzoid, you are a troll because you showed he was wrong. And for clearance, one more time without interruption, the thing because he was wrong about.
So FTFE. Well, everybody here on the panel, quickly. Even you, Luca.
He's gone.
This 45 degree that you at the sun. Is he gone? Okay.
Yeah, he's gone.
Would that be a hypotenuse of a right angle triangle?
Absolutely.
The 45, yeah.
45, yeah.
Yes! The angle of eternity?
The angle itself cannot be an hypotenuse, nor can it be a line alone. It has to be a line that is part of a right angle triangle.
Oh no, Zebra, I'm not going to get my money back. I'm just going to get him to do it again next month because he has to.
But Fkatzoid had other ideas. Here we have the Patreon description, where FTFE paid for. And here's the one Fkatzoid changed after he realized FTFE will demand a debate next month. And he lied about FTFE simply did not read the rules of the Patreon properly. He even put in an extra tier against a ridiculous price to give anyone that he refuses the possibility to talk to him on his terms. Fkatzoid also claims he knows a lot about cameras, but everything he says about it is a lie.
It's just an optical drop. Is that really dropping lower than that? Remember, it was exactly the same distance, exactly the same elevation. It was just a different focal length. So, takes up exactly the same with Shiana, but the background, further away the distance, has compressed to go look optically robbed.
Even though photography is one of my hobbies, I don't know enough about it to firmly debunk Fkatzoid claims. But luckily, Rusty already did, and Dave helped a little bit.
Hello again everybody, hope you're doing well and thanks for joining us for another video. Even though Photography Online themselves confirmed in the comment section that the photos were taken from different heights, they also, in the video, included a 100mm shot within the comparison in which the mountain is still clearly visible, and later on in the video they talk about how lens compression doesn't actually exist.
A lens can't bend the laws of physics, it just focuses the light onto the sensor. Focal length does nothing but magnify that image. That's it.
It is nice to see that the conclusion of a video that Fkatzoid was using is explaining that he was lying. To test this even further, Dave set up a test for Fkatzoid.
I decided to tackle his claims by setting up a blind test for him. I took a drive out to Pennington Flash Nature Reserve and with my camera put on a tripod, I took 4 photos of an information board next to a lake. And in the background is a sailing club located over a kilometer away. I then presented these photos in my video, but I intentionally gave no details about which images were shot at which focal length. The only information I gave was that the focal lengths used were 20, 40, 70 and 180mm, that I'd selected apertures which would give each image a similar amount of background blur, and that I'd compressed each image down to give similar clarity because cropping into a wide-angle shot would inherently degrade the image quality and thus make it easier to spot. Now, there were actually quite a few people who posted guesses in the comment section of my video about which images they thought were which, and the responses varied a lot. In fact, I think pretty much every possible combination of answers made an appearance at some point. But one common thing I noticed about those that explain their reasoning was that they seemed to be basing it on how blurred the background was as opposed to the position of the objects in the background. And it seems even Fkatzoid was doing that to some extent as well. And that's going to be important to remember shortly.
So now it's not causing optical drop?
With him seemingly shifting his claims away from saying what he was with the Photography Online video, that at 200mm an entire mountain would disappear plain as day, to now there are minute differences at a pixel level between the images which you can only see by drawing reference markers.
I was hearing it correctly. From mountains disappearing to just a few pixel difference.
Fkatzoid has basically managed to debunk himself and proved just how similar the photos are by making rather an unfortunate oversight. Because like I said, his method for this was to overlay each image onto the top left photo and then shift the opacity back and forth. The top left photo, which we now know is the 70mm photo. Except when he's placed the 180mm shot over it, at some point he's managed to inadvertently leave the opacity at full, which means the 70mm photo that I took is not actually visible in his final comparison. He's instead trying to show the differences between 2 identical copies of the 180mm photo, seemingly without even realizing.
What's the difference?
There's absolutely no difference.
Lying about seeing differences in 2 identical images to make a point is already bad. But then again, he lies about the most irrelevant things.
You got the lucky Subway, yeah.
He could have been honest and told that the franchise was overrun by the local competition and slowly disappeared from the scene in South Africa. But telling the truth ain't the Fkatzoid thing.
No, we never get Subway in South Africa, so we don't have.
No kidding, right?
It also seems that Fkatzoid thinks he's the middle point of attention. He tells others that people are obsessed with him, like here.
So it doesn't matter how much times the people send me the link, I'm not going to watch it because I don't watch that guy's stuff.
No jamming.
And by the way, if you guys want to know, the guy's literally just dedicated a channel to me.
Conspiracy Music, now Conspiracy Music Studios, had only 3 songs on the channel back then. I wonder where all the dedication to Fkatzoid is.
Andrew Johnson, Flats. How many meters are there in 35 kilometers?
3,500.
Fkatzoid is such a wizard with numbers, as you can see. We will just go back a little bit to see where the question is coming from.
Let me just ask you a quick question. How many meters in 35 kilometers?
3,500.
You got it wrong the first time.
35 kilometers. You said 35 kilometers.
Yes.
3,500.
And double down.
3,500. It's 1,000 meters in a kilometer, isn't it?
Yes, so you multiply 1,000 by 35.
So 3,500.
Even triple down.
Fkatzoid, how many meters are in 35 kilometers again?
350,000. I think I misspoke.
I think both of those are wrong, by the way. You said 3,500 and then you said 350,000. I think it's actually 35,000.
At least this time he changed what he said the second time around. But Will thinks he's wrong both of the times. Better consult the number expert of this community.
What about if we have 35 kilometers?
35,000.
Correct.
Thanks, Emma. Will was correct. Fkatzoid had it wrong both of the times.
I miss when I asked for the kilometers to meters. Straight away I thought of Nathan, and then I gave the wrong answer. I was like, oh shit. And then I corrected myself.
If I recall correctly, it went down a little bit different.
I think both of those are wrong, by the way. You said 3,500 and then you said 350,000. I think it's actually 35,000.
Are you crazy? You still can't admit you were wrong.
Another claim from Fkatzoid is that he doesn't need self in the bush because he has an excellent sense of direction. So how good is your sense of direction?
This is where the guy was, and this is west, and that's north. So he's claiming he's standing here, and he's seeing the sun westly. Okay, so that's behind his back westly. Which side is Union Glacier? There. Union Glacier is there, and he said he's looking south. So he's looking down here. But the sun is that way to the guy in Brisbane.
After everybody caught their breath again from laughing too hard and started to mock Fkatzoid for confusing east and west, he made another video.
Hey guys, it seems to me that some people are getting mixed up with 3 dimensions and 2 dimensions. On Google Earth, it's a 3-dimensional grid system, and this is why when you are looking towards South America from Brisbane, it will be a westerly, it will be a northwest direction. Let me try and explain this to you. If you look at Google Earth, we are now in the north. You can see the prime meridian. East is that way, west is that way. Let's follow the prime meridian down. Remember, that's easterly. Prime meridian shows easterly. So let's follow the prime meridian down. East is there, west is there, as you can clearly see. There we're going down. What's going on? There is Brisbane. So Brisbane is east of the prime meridian. So therefore, when it looks westly, it's looking towards the west of the prime meridian, which should be looking, there we go, northwest of South America.
Which are specific coordinates.
Oh, not directions.
Yes, that's right. He doubled down on it. I also cannot believe it. And when I commented on his community post, he tripled down. But this was not the only time Fkatzoid got confused with directions.
I am in Ubongo in KwaZulu-Natal. I am on my apartment roof right now.
But I do have an interesting thing that I am seeing, because I am able to see sunlight. It's good to see you guys. Let's quickly just take a gander, shall we? Because we can see where the sunlight is coming from, at least. As you can see, there's a spot right there. That's where the sunlight is coming from. The interesting thing, though, is the globe prediction says that the light, the sun should be rising from 118 degrees southeast. I got an interesting thing. I got my daughter's phone. I set it to true north, and I've set it off of true north so we can see the difference as well. But it's good to see you guys. I hope the sound is working fine. Let me show you where southeast is. North. Southwest, southeast. That's southeast. Okay, let's see. Northeast, southeast. That's southeast, guys. Okay, about 114, 108. That's where the sun's supposed to rise today. Let's see where the sunlight's coming from. That's about, I might have to put it down. It might be a bit better. Don't want the phone to fall. Okay. So that's about east. That's more or less where the sunlight is coming from. There we go. 94 degrees east. Now remember, the sun says it should be around this way. That's a bit weird.
Out of all the objects on the roof terrace, he chose the object with the most interference to a phone compass.
All the globies do all the time is, oh, it was a metal chair. You used the metal chair. Where I moved away from it, and by the way, it's a concrete chair, not a metal chair. Sean Hawkins, he doesn't understand.
And weeks later, he had to double down on it while sharing a picture with concrete evidence that the chair was made from a cast iron alloy.
Okay. So. Okay, 18. There we go. As you can see, 118 degrees southeast. And that's the direction of the sunlight. Pretty weird. How many degrees difference? It's a bit difficult to see. Let's see if we can tell the difference of how many degrees difference. I'm gonna. Okay. So that's where the globe is. Or the globe claims it. I'm going to try and put it where I see the light. There we go. 160 south. That's more or less where I see the light. So 160 south. And then let's put it back to where the globe claims. 118 southeast. There. That's where the globe claims. So globe claims there. And we see sunlight there. Not really looking good.
Move away from the metal chair and onto the metal table. Great move. Also, completely debunk yourself by having a complete new set of wrong readings.
Okay, where was I? Wait, I see. Look, guys. If you look properly, you can see where the sun is. You see there? I wonder if I can turn my camera around quickly. Back ultra wide camera. There we go. Okay, I got the back ultra wide camera on. There you can see, and look how high the light is, guys. It's actually coming from above the clouds. So that is where the globe claims it should rise. That is where we see the sun rising. Okay, let's quickly look. Okay, 118 degrees southeast. Do we see a sun? Gotta be a no. Okay. Let's see the sun. There we go. 185 degrees south. 185 degrees south. Guys, that's where the sunrise is in Uvongo, South Africa, KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, at 5:15 a.m. on the 21st of December, 2024. 185 degrees south directly. Let's see where the globe claims. Their sun actually rises there.
It doesn't get old. He still doesn't realize he gets a completely different reading for the exact same direction.
Let's show it again. Guys, this is 118 degrees southeast, okay? You see there? It's got the elevation, it's got everything. You can see us pointing that way. Let's quickly go up. Tell me if you see any sunrise there. Okay, now I'm going to point it to where the sun is actually rising right now.
Right. I'm gonna put you on a big. We're gonna quit it.
That's what it's rising about to right now. Check there.
Right. That's almost
What?
a hash mark, dude. That is. It's so funny going on there.
But I can't really tell because it is overcast, but that's where the sun is really coming from at the moment.
The irony here, claiming that TFE using an artificial sun, while using a floodlight on a nearby building to fake a sunrise in the direction, it will only make it worse for flat Earth. And the southwest bearing is a bit off too. The building with the floodlight is about directly south of the location Fkatzoid was.
Okay.
By the way, I put my GoFundMe in there, guys. Send me down there and I'll do it live.
Yeah, you guys. Let me just go back to it. Yeah.
It's only, I know, it sounds like that when I talk about it.
Okay, guys,
Yeah, it's
there's
like
the
that.
one. That's where the globe predicts the sun should rise. Not really? Okay. Let's show you where it actually is.
Well, make sure it's not on a metal table or a chair, Flats.
Okay, that's about 5 degrees off. That's where it is. So far. So, oh, and by the way, it's not a metal table. You can see wooden chair.
Oh my God, no.
There we go. There we go. Oh man, but it's good to see you guys. Yeah, this is going to be the last stream for the year, unfortunately. Can't keep buying data all the time.
There are a few small problems Fkatzoid didn't thought of. For one, he didn't line up the phone very well. 2, having the sun 4 or 5 degrees more to the south than predicted makes it only worse for flat Earth. 3, the specs of the iPhone compass state that there will be a 5-degree margin of error when the phone is proper calibrated.
I'm going to make it wide.
Ooh, that is pretty though. Ooh, and look at that. That's what sun looks like. That's a golden sun, my friend. Yes, golden sun. Yeah. Not
There
that
we go,
white,
guys. So it's
whatever the hell that was.
It's about 4 to 5 degrees off of what the globe claims.
45.
Because that's where the globe claims, around about there.
I got
It's
you.
rising.
Oh,
That's where globe
4
claims,
to 5.
It's rising.
Right. You know, I thought you said
See where this
45
carport
minutes.
is?
I
See
thought
where
you
this
said.
carport is? Just about on the right between the carport and that wall is 180
Right.
degrees southeast.
Got you. Yeah.
That's where the sun is. And that's what I've
Beautiful.
been observing for the last, every time we've been up here trying to observe the sunrise. And again, guys, wooden chair. I was even someone said I put magnets underneath the wooden chair. No magnets.
I know, yeah. God damn, dude. Oh, hell.
That's what the globe claims, guys. That's what the globe claims the sun should be. Let me show you where it is.
122, 23? Oh, yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And there's the sun.
You know, that's due to the magnetic declination. That's why you got to calculate it. You got to keep moving it.
23, 122. It's around about 122, 123, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It is time to conclude what he had for readings. The first reading he had was 94 degrees east, but somehow he turned about 50 degrees clockwise from his claimed 118 degrees. The second reading he had was 160 degrees south, while the obscured light from the sunrise was in the exact same direction as before. The follow-up one was 185 degrees south. The next one is kinda special, because it was not the sun, but a floodlight a little east of south from his position, but he had this reading 235 degrees southwest. The last one was actually an unobscured sunrise, and he measured that at 122 degrees southeast. And all of this while the sunlight from the sunrise and the absolute sunrise itself was constantly in the same direction, plotted here at 180 degrees southeast, just like the globe predicted. But Fkatzoid's readings are
all over the place.
From every direction.
Now that we looked at a small portion of Fkatzoid lies, I wonder how many symptoms he will check. Let's start with embellishing lies with exclusive details.
Did another video?
Check.
Telling dramatic, highly unlikely stories.
It's crazy that they even bring my wife and children into it. This is how crazy they are. That's why I block them.
Check.
Comparing anxious while talking.
On your globe. So your globe is not spherical. It's flat. Okay.
How about getting defensive while confronted about the lie?
Secondly, why are you trying to? Why are you trying to? Wait, why are you?
I was responding.
No,
I'll
no,
let
you
you
are
talk.
attacking my character.
I'll let you talk.
Attacking my
I was responding. I'll let you talk.
Finish his sentence.
He's attacking
Let's
my
give
character.
Darryl a chance to
So
finish.
this isn't right. He's
We're
attacking
going to
my
give you a
character.
chance.
Constantly changing their story or being fake when questioning it.
Distortions on it, and we both agree it has distortions.
Yes.
Any one
Draw
of
a
them.
circle on that map.
Any one of them works.
Check.
Lying about something even when there's no reason to.
No, we never get Subway in South Africa, so we don't have.
No kidding, right?
Check.
Seeming unconcerned with being caught in a lie.
Tell me how a gyro compass works and why it doesn't demonstrate the rotation of the Earth.
Because it's set to magnetic north.
I rest my case. Thank you.
What?
That is a hoot. You still don't know how gyro compasses work in flat Earth.
Okay, keep telling yourself that while I literally show you contradicting yourself over and over.
Check.
Feeling a high when they get away with lying.
That's what it's rising about to right now. Check that.
Right. That's almost
What?
a hash mark, dude. That is. It's so funny going on there.
Check.
Passing off a story somebody else thought as their own.
I miss when I asked for the kilometers to meters. Straight away, I thought of Nathan, and then I gave the wrong answer. I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I corrected myself.
I think both of those are wrong, by the way. You said 3,500 and then you said 350,000. I think it's actually 35,000.
Check.
And the last symptom, acting in ways that don't match their words.
I don't care about your explanations or any questions to
stop
me.
being
Draw your
dishonest.
circle
Stop
of equal
being
altitude. Just assume that I agree with everything you're saying, right? Just assume it.
Stop being dishonest.
Check.
You can make your own conclusion, but I always take the side that is supported by evidence, and that points to Fkatzoid being a pathological.
Liar! Liar! Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Guided by stars through endless seas, the earth curves beneath, disproving flat earth beliefs. A sextant held high, Polaris in sight. Each line of position confirms the height. No wall or edge, just oceans grand, tracked by the arc from where I stand. Latitude launching to proof in my hand. My hand on this globe, mapped by stars so planned. No wall or edge, just oceans grand, tracked by the arc from where I stand. Latitude, longitude, proof in my hand. On this globe, mapped by stars so planned. Curves horizons where truth resides, measured by my holes on rolling tides. Celestial paths that arcs define, proving a sphere, this world's of mine. In the sky, the math is clear. Each angle, each star reveals a sphere. Not by belief, but by fact we roam, navigating curves to find our home. In the sky, the map is clear. Each angle, each star reveals a sphere. Not by belief, but by fact we roam, navigating curves to find our home. No wall or edge, just oceans grand, tracked by the arc from where I stand. Latitude, longitude, proof in my hands. On this globe, map by stars so planned. Curved horizons where truth resides, measured by my holes on rolling tides. Celestial paths that arcs define, proving a sphere, this world's of mine. On its sky, the map is clear. Each angle, each star reveals a sphere. Not by belief, but the fact we roam, navigating curves to find our home. In the sky, the map is clear. Each angle, each star No wall or edge, just ocean.